All right, boom, we're recording. This is Skeptical Hippo podcast, fucking number 22. Emmett Smith. Not like anybody who's watching this knows who that is, but that's my boy. Okay, what else? Today's June 9th. Bryan, today's Dak's birthday, by the way. So,
Oh my God! Happy
yeah,
birthday, Dak! Wow,
yeah, today's my
man,
dog's
I can't believe
birthday.
it's been too long since I've seen him, man.
Oh my god, yeah. Maybe I'll bring him on here for a second. I'm gonna get him a
Should.
bunch of tennis balls. Bunch of tennis
He'd
balls.
love that.
Oh
He's
my
probably
god.
huge by now.
Nah, he's not gonna get any bigger than the last time you saw him. But actually,
Right?
you know what? Last time I weighed him, he was 43 pounds. Yesterday we weighed him. He was 53 pounds. He's a big boy.
Oh damn, he's a
Yeah,
fat boy.
yeah, I know. He's so awesome
Nice.
though. Okay, yeah. So today's June 9th. I don't know if I said it yet. Okay, I got Bryan. I got my boy B Rye.
Yo,
Yo,
rocking the
aka,
beanie.
aka Vita Music, aka hey Jesse, where we?
Mr. White, don't. Come on, Mr. White, where we dropping, man?
Yeah, we both got the beanies. We both got the
Yeah,
beanies. And you're in Brazil.
I thought I'd rep today.
Dude,
Bean boys.
I've got two fucking podcasts today, right? I got you and I have my friend Elijah coming on a little bit after this. You're in Brazil and he's in Colombia.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. All
How
right,
about that?
internationally. We're
Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide today, huh?
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
Oh
Yo,
shit.
Mr. White, Mr. Worldwide.
Dude, I think your last episode with me was the most clip worthy episode that I've had so far. I think there was just
I
so
mean,
many
that
clip
thumbnail was.
opportunities.
I mean, that thumbnail was something, huh?
Did it live up to
Uh,
expectations?
oh yeah, totally, man. Talked about my girl, Green M&M, the Green M&M OC, and the marshmallow.
Marshmallow. Yeah, you hit me with a hot one. You said that you wanted to be a marshmallow.
Yeah. Anyway,
I guess we can. Yeah, green M&M's not too thrilled about that anyway. Okay,
no, she's not. I'm not. I'm sleeping in the doghouse, man, because of that.
I had a couple topics that I wanted to talk about today.
All right.
Mainly because generally what I try to do is before I record a podcast, I'll journal for between 30 and 40 minutes. I did it a little longer today, and I was thinking about some things as I was journaling, and I was curious to hear what you think about these. If you have any answers to the questions that I had when I journaled.
All right. Sure.
So mainly, I journaled about a bunch of things, but one of the things I found really interesting was the idea that different forms of art are differently valued. Like for me personally, I would value like a really good song more than a YouTube video for per se. Let's say a 3.5 minute song versus a 3.5 minute YouTube video. Most of the times, that 3.5 minute song is going to be way more valuable to me, at least, than a 3.5 minute YouTube video. But wouldn't you consider both of them to be forms of art, though? Like a song is a form of art, but so is a YouTube video in a way.
I mean, it depends on the level of creativity and work that goes into the video compared to the song, because you and I know like how much work it is to actually make like a song
Yeah.
that actually goes into the process of like creating a song, right? I mean, it depends on the video too that you're making. I mean, like what is the video like that you're talking about? What's the video? Like it just can be any kind of.
Well, I was thinking about Jamari earlier today. Do you know Jamari?
He's the commentary channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Jamari.
Just like George made a video yesterday, and by the way, it was a really good video. Like he did a really good job of it.
I
And
saw it. Yeah.
yeah, he edited it well, and like his voice sounds really good on the behind the camera. You know, it sounds good. The only thing I was telling, actually, we'll get into that later. But I was saying it reminded me of a Jamari video, the way that he made it. And then so that's kind of like the first, or like you can say, even when I was writing earlier today, I was like Jamari or EDP, or I don't really watch YouTubers, man. I don't really know. But would you say that it's the level of creativity that makes a difference in the amount of value that somebody gets out of 3.5 minutes?
I guess it depends on personal preference too, right? I mean, some people, like, I know a lot of people who don't like commentary channels, but there are a lot of people who like commentary channels or are really into it, right? I mean, I personally, I enjoy commentary channels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've watched Jamari before. I mean, personally, he's not like my favorite, but I like people like Some Ordinary Gamers and Critical, Moist Critical.
Critical. They're binge worthy, man.
Right.
They're binge worthy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those are like they put a bit of their own personality into each video, and if they have like an enjoyable personality, then you vibe with them, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, like I don't think everybody can do commentary, right? It depends on the person, like the kind of person you are. Like if you have something meaningful to say, and if you're like if you can come off entertaining, you come off as entertaining on camera or off camera, if you have a good voice for it, then yeah. I guess it just depends on the person.
Yeah. Like it depends on the consumer, I guess. Like what they. That's what I'm trying. This is what I was writing about. I was just trying to figure out what is the difference maker. Like what brings to me personally, music just hits me harder more than movies. Way harder than movies. And obviously it's different for a lot of people, like you and George. I mean, at least George. I don't know exactly for you, but George would prefer like a good movie than a good song, I think.
No, you're right. He's like I've asked him that before. Like I asked him, is there a song that hits you like no other song ever has? Like, is there a song that lives rent free in your head, like that you have an emotional attachment to? And he told me, oh, I don't really think of that way of songs. I think of that in way of movies, right? Mm-hmm. So there are movies that I'm very emotionally attached to, but not songs. And yeah, I can understand that. I mean, for me at least, I feel the same way about songs and movies. Just depends on the movie.
Do you have any songs that live rent free in your head?
Christ. I gotta think about
the Duck
it.
Song.
Because it's like a mix of like genres, right? Like I gotta keep track of them because it's like a mix of different genres. Like there's like orchestral stuff, like classical orchestral instrumental stuff. There's like rock. In terms of rock, like one of my favorite songs, you already know this because I've put like when we were in the car once, I played it like 3 times straight. I think you were asleep. Rain Song by Led Zeppelin.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I was asleep. I was in and out of consciousness throughout.
Oh yeah, I noticed. You were like,
yeah.
But yeah, Rain Song is a song that I like. It's probably like my top three. Layla, and you know that.
Oh
Layla.
Yeah, so good.
Layla. Eric Clapton. Anything Eric Clapton, as like Eric Clapton and George Harrison are like. In terms of like level of like musically, because the songs that they've written are stylistically similar, I'd say, in my opinion.
What about the ones that they've collaborated on? Because they've like "Wow, My Guitar Gently Weeps." That was a collab between the two of them.
Right. Yeah, they were good friends.
Yeah.
And
then he took his wife.
Which is really weird to think about. Yeah, because of his wife.
Shit. Right? Yeah, that's awkward. Would you be able to, dude? Could you be friends with somebody like that?
I don't think so. Personally, I don't think I could. That'd be really weird. Because like, what's her name? I think her name was Patty Boyd.
Yeah.
Right? And she was married to George Harrison for like a while, and Eric Clapton had this massive crush on her, and she was their muse, right? She was their muse, and they wrote songs. They wrote songs for her. Something in the way she moved.
You got something. It's
something, right?
You have something. You have Layla. Layla was written about her.
And Layla, those songs were written for her, right? And eventually, it came to the point where she left George Harrison for Eric Clapton, and then they were married for a while. And then, because of Eric Clapton's personal problems with like drug addiction, I think she couldn't take it, and she left. Right. So in the end, all that like relentless pursuit of her, right? It didn't really last out in the end.
No, yeah, he had her for maybe I think it was 6 to 8 years, something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that, around half a decade or so.
Yeah.
But like then they made up though. Apparently they made up. You don't like people say they make up, but you don't really know like what's actually going on.
Yeah, you don't know what's PR or if they're just trying to sound good or friendly to the media or how they really feel. That's how that's kind of how I feel about George Harrison whenever he would talk about Eric Clapton and Patty Boyd after George separated with her. He would always say nothing but nice things about Eric Clapton. You can't really find anything. I don't know about you, but I can't really find anything where George Harrison says something negative about Eric Clapton even after all that shit.
Like the kind of guy he is. He's like he's a pacifist, you know. He's a really chill dude.
Really spiritual guy. His music, man.
Yeah,
I love his music.
He is a spiritual guy.
Right? He might be my favorite. He's definitely my favorite out of all the Beatles. And this just happened this year. Like this year, I started listening to All Things Must Pass, his first solo album. And there's so many. I was telling you about it when I was down in Florida, but there's so many
I listened
bangers
to the album. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it.
Is that album similar? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, like musically, George Harrison is really he's really underrated because he's always overshadowed by John Lennon or Paul McCartney, and they're all great. But George Harrison has some, and like George Harrison has better solo stuff than Paul McCartney, I think.
I think he has better solo stuff than John Lennon too.
Well, John Lennon has some really solid stuff. Imagine. I like Imagine.
Yeah, that's a good song.
That's like the thing that's like the solo song that everybody knows.
Yeah, like what other solo songs? There's not many other ones. Is there?
Not really. I don't think so. I don't really know. It's just I'm listing the one that's on the top of my head that people would recognize.
Yeah, you have Imagine for him, and then for George Harrison, I guess the go-to would be, the Hallelujah song? What's
My Sweet Lord.
My Sweet Lord. Yeah, it's ironic that I couldn't even.
Song.
Yeah, the Hare Krishna song. Yeah,
the Hare Krishna. Yeah, right.
That album has so many good songs on there. I like Paul McCartney's solo stuff. I don't know if it's solo, but it's with Wings. So his other band after the Beatles, they have an album called Wildlife, and on that record, there's a lot of good stuff on there too. And also,
I need to check it out.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Paul McCartney also made "Live and Let Die," which that's a really good song too.
Yeah, I know that song. I only know that song. I remember hearing that song so long ago, only because it was in Shrek 3.
Oh, was it a cover of it, or was it?
It was the original. It was the original. It's when you haven't seen it, have you? You haven't seen any of the Shreks, have you?
I saw Shrek 1 when I was down in Florida with George because he made me watch it, and I really enjoyed it. By the way,
what?
I really enjoyed it. By the way, yeah.
You love Shrek 2. Shrek 2 is way better than the first one.
Really? I can't. Yeah, maybe when I come down later this month. Oh wait, you're not going to be there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but we'll watch it.
Well, but still, you gotta you guys gotta sit down and watch Shrek 2 because Shrek 2 is it's a lot better than the first one.
Have you ever heard the
Shrek 3? Not so much.
Not so much.
Shrek 2.
I've seen all the Shreks, man. It's been so long. I was a little kid when I watched all of them. I was maybe 10 or 11. You know, I watched them in the theater, or at least there was one that I saw in the theater with the donkey.
Wow.
The donkey and the dragon.
Yeah.
I guess they all have the donkey.
The one with the donkey and the dragon.
The donkey and
So you watched Shrek 1 in theaters, huh?
No, I mean I can't say that because I think Shrek 1's too old.
You were like 2 years old, 1 year old when you were in theaters. Your mom was like, Frankie, this is a very spiritual experience, so I'm gonna bring you in theaters, and I don't care whether you cry or not. We're gonna watch Shrek.
Maybe. Yeah. I also saw Austin Powers in the theaters in the late '90s. You know, big Michael Myers.
Right. Before you were barely a zygote. And you can hear it. You can hear the voice of Mike Myers seeping through into your consciousness.
Yeah,
baby.
Austin Powers is my childhood, and Fat Bastard was my antagonist throughout my elementary school years. So.
We all have our own fat bastards, you know.
Who's your fat bastard?
Myself.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, man.
No.
I mean, on a good day, I'd say that he's not around. But it depends. It really just depends, man. It really just depends on whether or not I'm sticking to what I say, you know, on a daily basis. That's what I've been struggling with that ever since I got down here, right, in Brazil, because everything is different, right? Like we get used to the status quo of our schedules, right? But then you're put in a completely different place, and you try to stick to it, but it's just, I guess I got a bit jet lagged, and now I've been sleeping extremely late, even though I was sleeping late before as well. But now It's kind of getting out of hand. So I woke up a bit earlier today to try to fix it.
Was it because of
Like
this?
yeah, because of this as well.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I try to do everything I can with the time that I'm awake, but I sleep like way too late and wake up way too late.
So you go to bed late and you wake up late, or do you go to bed early
Yeah.
and wake up late? Which,
No, no, no. I go to bed way late and I wake up late.
what are we talking here?
What do you mean?
Like what time?
Oh, like 5 a.m.
I remember those days, Brian. I remember those days. That
Right.
yeah, I
It's
would
kind of
the 5 a.m. days and then waking up at 1, waking up at noon.
yeah, man. That's like my life right now, which I'm trying to I'm trying to fix that. But it's kind of tough too, and I don't want to put the blame on anybody too, right? But the walls here are very thin, right? Back at home, I slept on one side of the house, and my parents slept on the other side of the house,
Hmm.
and they snore. All right, like I don't know, man. Everybody in my family snores like really loudly. I don't. It sucks because like sometimes I hear it in the middle of the night, like at home, back at home, but it doesn't bother me that much because
Back
they're
at
so far
home,
away. Yeah, back at home.
even when
But
they were on the
now,
other side of the house.
yeah, when they were on the other side.
Holy
But now
shit.
here's the thing, right? And like we're at my grandma's. My grandma snores too, by the way. She's a sweet old lady, but she snores like a fucking animal.
Mm.
But I'm not like here's how the rooms are situated, right? We're all there's like one room here, and one room here, and I'm in the middle room. And my parents are in one room, and my grandma's in one room.
Ooh, you're
And
getting
so in
Eiffel Towered.
yeah, right. And we're really close together, and the walls are really thin. So yeah, everybody like time the time comes for us to go to sleep, right? And then my grandma starts snoring on one side of the room, and then my dad starts snoring on one side of the room, and my mom starts snoring on one side of the room. So I'm just kind of lying down in the middle of the night, and it's like a symphony of snores. I'm just
Oh,
like,
come on, Brian.
oh,
Wear some headphones and listen to some noises. Some
I can't do that. Like I can try to go. I guess I can try to go to sleep with something around like my ears, but I don't know.
You never went to sleep with a guided meditation in your ears or something? That could really help.
No, I don't think I'd be. No, I can't. Like I have to be clear of anything, right? In order to
You
go
ever
to
tried it?
sleep. It's like my huh?
You ever try it?
I've never tried it,
Ah, come on, Brian. You gotta try
but
it.
yeah, you're right. I
You gotta
should probably
try it.
try it.
Just try it
I should
tonight.
probably try it.
There's a like 10-hour long guided meditations. They only talk for like the first 15 minutes or so, and the rest of the video is just quiet noises, and then you won't hear the snores. And the guided
Is it like
meditations,
binaural beats?
um, I'm not quite sure exactly what they would call it, but the focus of the words and the meditations is to kind of clear your mind and to get all of your thoughts clear and to help you fall asleep. So that's the main focus of the guided meditation part. And then the noises is just to keep you relaxed. And yeah, there's that could help you fall asleep. I've been doing, or uh I used to do this pretty frequently, like a few days a week for a couple of months. I used to listen to these they were called Hemi sync meditations, and what they it's oh yeah, it is kind of like a binaural beat. So what it is they play one frequency in the right ear and another frequency in the left ear, and then it does something to the inside of your brain. I don't know science. I'm just saying words, and then
Right.
it somehow connects the two, and then
Yeah,
calms
no,
your brain
I know what
down.
you're talking about.
And then there's someone talking over it too, and then it's yeah, that shit knocks me out. I'll send it to you, but you gotta try it just one
I
day.
need a guided I need a guided meditation starring Austin Powers.
Ooh, I should make that.
Yeah, yeah, baby.
I've,
Relax your.
I want to make a guided meditation video where it's me guiding you through a deep, relaxing meditation for 6 minutes, and that's 6 minutes and 15 seconds. I say, now fuck yourself. You suck.
Right.
Just start just
It's just
pummeling
like
them with a bunch of
you should
shit.
make it 1 hour. Yeah, right. You should make it like 1 hour, right? Like you wouldn't have anybody suspecting anything, and like 15 minutes in, when they're finally asleep, you just sabotage their brain with all like these negative thoughts, like fucking piece of shit. Useless son of a bitch.
Oh, I think it would be so funny, but it's so cruel. Oh my god, I would love to just as on a comedy channel. Like if I made a comedy channel, I would make fake guided meditation, kind of like How To Basic would make fake cooking videos, or Filthy Frank with the vomit cake. Fake guided meditations would be hilarious, man. Oh my god. Or just 1 hour long of insults. Insults for 1 hour.
That's terrible.
But you say it in a meditative way, like the way that you're delivering the insults, it's very relaxing.
You fucking piece of shit. You useless son of a bitch.
I'm gonna do it.
Fuck out of here.
What
are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
I mean, there's already so many of these like kind of videos out there on the internet already anyway.
What?
So you might as well mix it up. You might as well mix it up a bit.
There's the videos with the insulting meditations, or just the regular ones?
No, regular ones.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I've never seen anything like a guided insult meditation video.
Oh my god, I'm gonna do it today.
you'd
No, I
have
don't
to,
have
like-
time today. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, man.
I'm gonna fucking do
I want
it.
to see it. I'll try to go to sleep with that paired with like the snoring everywhere. That'd be great.
Oh, I think it would be so funny. Oh my god. Yeah. I should just make... I was recording myself cooking yesterday because I wanted to make a video of me cooking. And
Cooking?
yeah, like a cooking / comedy video. So I was just kind of like cracking jokes as I was cooking. And I thought that it was pretty funny. And then I ended up fucking up the food because I was too focused on the video. The food, most of it came out pretty well, but the sauce, it was a chicken franchise. So it's a white wine sauce with lemon and butter. It's like a thicker white wine lemon sauce. And I just put too much lemon in it. And in the video, as I was pouring the lemon, I was like, yeah, just dump the lemon in there. Like, do too much. Like, just do more than you think it needs because it needs the lemon.
Congratulations for you.
And then I fucked it up. But maybe with the right
Was it
editing.
worth it?
Yeah, because Francesco ended up coming in and helped me fix the sauce. We just threw some more water in there and changed the flavor a little bit so that it wasn't so lemony. So we fixed it up a little bit. It was fun.
Are you posting it on this channel or like?
That's what I'm struggling with, man. I was also writing about this today too because I don't know. I feel like Skeptical Hippo is already going to be loaded with content because I'm making one video a day on here and I'm making like 1 to 2 clips a day. So it's like already 14, 15 videos a week. So I don't know if this would be the right place for it or if I should make another whole just comedic channel where I could post like my guided meditations and then my stupid cooking videos. It just seems like a lot of work.
Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I've thought about doing something like that too. Like, I always wanted to do like stupid little meme skits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't even know how to start. I don't even feel like I'm that great of a writer anyway, right? Like some things just come more naturally to me. Like the music stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like I can just like sit down and I can do it, right? But stuff like writing, I don't think I've ever like really been too much of a writer. But I've been trying though. Like I have like notes in my phone. I've been practicing.
There's something to say about things that just kind of come naturally as opposed to things that don't come naturally. For example, for you and the music comes naturally. For my sister, the music comes naturally. But dude, when I was making music, it was so garbage for the longest time. It just wasn't natural. Even though I really wanted to be good at it and I really wanted to do it. If Halia, which is my sister for anybody listening, if she took 2 months and I took 2 months and we taught ourselves the exact same thing, she would be significantly further along with the same 2 months than I would be. With music. And so music just didn't come naturally to me. Something that does come naturally to me is the podcasting. I've always just enjoyed this, and the stand-up comedy, just writing comedy fucking comes naturally to me. Like as opposed to music, it flows so much easier than making music. So one could argue you should only focus on the things that come naturally and then capitalize on it and just put all your effort into what comes naturally and just be as good at that as you can. But then there's also another argument. What about even if it doesn't come naturally, if you want to do it, then maybe you should still attempt to do it, because if you want it, then there's no reason for you not to do it. So I don't know if there's a right answer or not. What do you think?
I think that people should still be able to try what they want to do. Like, it's difficult, man, because there are a lot of things that I would like to do, right? Like, not just with the music and the meme stuff, but there's like, if I could like split myself into like different people, and I'd be like, okay, Bryan 1, you do the music, Bryan 2, you do the writing, then I would. But there's only so much time in the day for what you can do.
Yeah.
So I get why you should like capitalize on what comes naturally to you. Because if you're good at something and you're better at it than others, then, you know, people are going to notice. So you
exactly, with
try.
your YouTube channel, dude. Like, you're really good at that for the amount of time that you've put into it. I really think so. Like, I couldn't do that shit, and I've fucked around with music for 2+ years. So like, you're just naturally good at that.
Like the music. It depends on the music too, though, because like I'm like orchestral stuff, right? Like movie, like film soundtracks, right? It's kind of like combining my interests, right? You know, the movie and the song, like music, movies, right? Like film soundtracks,
right?
Like I'm the kind of guy who listens to film soundtracks, like right during my day. Like I don't know a lot of people who do that.
I don't know a lot of people who do that either.
Right.
I feel bad
like,
for you.
That's just me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a freak.
Shame on you, Bryan.
I'm a freak. Oh man.
Shame on you.
But that's just me.
Yeah. So I mean, I just feel like naturally you're really good at the orchestral shit, and if I were you, I would focus the majority of my energy towards that, and then I would focus, you know, other stuff, like your other energy on other things that you're interested in doing, like the writing, even if it doesn't feel as natural to you. If I were you, I'd probably still want to focus on that too, just because it's something that you want to do. But dude, like I seriously, I told you this on the phone the other day, you need to fucking grab the music by the neck and just like, you know, just, I don't know what you would do after that, but you know what I'm saying. You gotta capitalize on that. You're too good at it. Like you can make a living off of it. Seriously, I think so. And if you posted one video a week. Yeah. One video a week. If you posted one video a week, dude, by the end of the year, you would have 10,000 subscribers.
We'll see about that.
That's what I think.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't like that. Just depends on me, right? When I get back, I already have so many ideas. I'm just gonna go down the list, right? I'm just gonna do one after the other and see what happens. Now that like I have the time to do it, right?
Yeah. That's how I feel. We both got some free time on our hands now for the first time in a while. So
yeah, Jesus Christ, man. It's
fuck.
just been like it's been school and work nonstop, and like sometimes I do the music stuff. But now it's, you know, now
flip-flop
I have
that shit, dude. Do the music 100%. Just go balls deep into that shit. One video a week for the rest of the year, at least, dude. Like four videos a month. I'm telling you, you'll have 100,000 views by 2023.
I bet I could, but that's like I say I'll do something, and then later I'll be like, oh no, I'll do it later. But like with this, it's easier because I enjoy it. So I think I can do it.
Does the idea of you making money off of this and turning it into a career, does the idea of that get you up in the morning?
Not so sure. I mean,
really,
there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, because like it's kind of iffy with like the stuff that I'm doing, right? Because not all of it is going to be original. Because like the cover, like a lot of it now is just cover songs that I put out, and you could still like I learned the other day that you can actually monetize, right? Your songs, your cover songs, even if they're not original.
Oh, fantastic!
It's like I think it's like 60% goes to the person who's covering the song, 40% goes to YouTube or the original artist.
Okay.
It's something along the lines of that. But if I can make that work with like whatever with what I'm doing, then I'd be happy to have that as like one form of income. That would be nice.
Yeah, for sure. Like at least one form of income, because I don't know what the limitate. I don't know how much money you'd be able to make from it. But what I think it would do is it would be a start for you to get your foot into the business.
In the door.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
into
I've
the
thought, like,
industry.
I'm kind of using it as like I'm kind of using my channel as a portfolio, right?
Exactly.
Of the stuff that what I can do. Like
Yeah.
that's something I had in mind when I made it. Like even if I don't go big on it, I can still show off what I know, like what I can do, right?
It's a very good form of a portfolio. It's arguably the best portfolio that you
Best.
can have. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And also you gotta post on like TikTok and
No,
utilize
yeah,
the
right.
shorts.
That's why this week I focused on making like shorts, right? Since I don't really have original like new content to post.
Mm.
I made like I finished the 1 hour video the other day, and it's scheduled to go out on Saturday morning. And I'm just gonna post shorts of what I already made weekly and see what happens.
You're gonna take the chorus of the songs and post it.
Yeah, because some people don't get to see like the climax of the song, right? Like a lot of like a lot of the views I get sometimes make it a little like over halfway, and not all the way through. Like there are a lot of people who make it all the way, and some people who don't.
Right.
But like on average, it's like my like all the views that I get kind of make it like a little over halfway.
Is the climax
Like
of your
on
songs
average.
usually at the end of it?
Depends. It could be in the middle, and it could build down from there, or it could be towards the end.
Yeah.
It's whatever I like, man. It's like whatever. Like I'll call it the climax, but it's really just my favorite part of the song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You gotta take your favorite part and post clips on YouTube Shorts or TikTok or on Instagram,
Right.
because you don't want all of your followers on one platform. Because what happens if your account gets taken down or if the platform becomes irrelevant? You gotta have all these
Yeah.
different platforms just in
Backup
case.
channel.
Yeah.
Right.
Even a website, dude. Like potentially even make a website, just store all your shit
If
on there.
I mean, if I was ever professional, then yeah, I'd make a website.
Act as if though.
But for now,
Act as if you are professional. That's how I feel. All right, we back. We back in this bitch. Yeah, no, Brian, you gotta. I feel like you gotta act as if you are professional, and then, treat yourself like you're already professional and you're doing it for money, and then the world will treat you as if that's what you're doing as well. Fake it till you make
that
it.
reminds me a lot of that one passage from the War of Art.
Oh, which one?
He was talking about how you should treat yourself as if you were already doing what you want to do professionally, because it helps like it helps the flow of what you're like trying to create, right?
Helps you get in touch with the muse.
It gets you get in touch with the muse.
I feel that, man. I feel that.
What's your muse, Frankie? What's your muse?
You are.
Oh,
Nah,
yeah.
man, it's the beanie.
course.
It's the fucking beanie. It
It's
just
the beanie.
feeds shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can take this off and I'm gonna have like a giant like brain, right? It's just hiding all in here.
Oh, like Meg from Family Guy?
Yeah, I was thinking like Megamind, but yeah, sure, that works.
Oh, yeah, I don't know Megamind. I just know that if Meg takes off her pink hat, then it's just a brain. It's
That's
disgusting.
right, Frankie.
Yeah.
You're the mega Family Guy fan. The mega Family Guy fan.
You know what I just found out is that Seth MacFarlane hasn't written for Family Guy since around 2012. The only thing that he contributes to Family Guy are the voices now. I didn't know that.
I heard something like that. Yeah, I mean, when he was, I hear a lot of people say that the first like 3 seasons were the best, but everything after kind of sucks.
It's definitely not as good
not
now
sucks.
as it was.
It's just kind of mid.
Yeah, it's mid
I
right now.
I think like if you watch like clips of Family Guy, like the jokes are really good up by themselves, but like if you're watching like an entire episode, it's not that strong. Like the jokes by themselves work really well sometimes though.
Some of the jokes are hilarious, man. Fuck. I fucks with Seth MacFarlane a lot. He's a super talented
Seth
guy.
MacFarlane is like really talented. Yeah, Seth MacFarlane is really talented. Like people give him a lot of shit because of Family Guy, but like he's made multiple shows and he sings really well. Movies, he's make movies as well.
Yeah.
He's a good writer. I think he's a good writer. Like Seth MacFarlane is really, really freaking talented.
I think so too.
Well, but like a lot of that is overshadowed by his creation of Family Guy.
Fuck
and how
that.
people
Fuck that, dude.
shit.
Family Guy is
Yeah.
hilarious. I don't care. Even South Park's jokes that they have about Family Guy, I get it. How South Park would make fun of all the cutaways that they have and how that's like the main source of their
People think that's
laughter.
like lazy writing, right? To just rely on the jokes on a cutaway and not integrate them naturally into the story, into the writing of the characters, but rely on the cutaways. But some cutaways really work.
Yeah, some cutaways really
Some
work.
cutaways really work.
Yeah.
Like you were laughing like you were. I've never seen you laugh so hard until like that one night when we were watching Family Guy came on TV.
Was this in
like that
Orlando?
raccoon episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
That really got you.
Yeah, but there's also like certain frames of mind that you will be in that will make forms of art more satisfying. For example, I think I was just in a really good mood that night. I guess we went out. We just came back from a crab restaurant or some shit. We had some seafood.
We went to that crab. We went to that like seafood restaurant, that crab place.
Yeah, we went to the crab place and I got like a pair of sunglasses and we walked around at Old Town or whatever the fuck it was called. I was just in a good mood, man.
Right.
We should do that when I. Oh fuck! When are you gonna be back in Florida? Mid-July?
I'm gonna be back. July, late July.
We should hit
Something
up
around-
Orlando.
You're not like, are you still coming back like to live? Or-
I don't know. I've been so.
Can I give you some advice,
Yeah, what's
Frankie?
that?
I think you should stay in Georgia. As much as I would enjoy you being back, it's gonna be a waste of money if you like rent. Like,
Yeah,
just save that shit, man. Save it. You have like such a good place there too, right?
I know.
There's no need for you to,
It's a
Well,
self-conscious thing, man, because I'm by the way, it changes a little bit. I'll kind of give you my perspective as to like why I always feel like I have to move out. If I'm unsatisfied in a place, it seems to me that the first place that my mind goes to is, oh, I have to make a dramatic change. I have to do something big so that it forces me into place and forces me to do what I need to do. And also, I like just this is just a mindset that I have. This isn't the mindset. This is just one of them. It's also like I'm 21, about to be 22, and then I tell myself that it's not okay that I still live with my parents and that I need to like be more independent and just move out. But then another mindset that I have, which has kind of been the one that I've been leaning towards lately, this is a new mindset, but I've been so focused on my work. Like I've been so focused on the podcast. I've been so focused on the stand-up comedy and all these other things that I don't even have enough mental space in my brain to think about moving out right now. I don't have the capacity to even think about that shit just because I wake up and then I'm pretty much nonstop until the end of the day. And then not only that, but now I'm going to be performing at least 3 times a week. I'm performing twice today. I'm performing on Saturday. So I've like just the moving out, I haven't really been thinking much about it. And then what else I've been thinking is like, if I move out, then I'm gonna have to get a full-time job, and then that full-time job is gonna take away not only my time from doing things,
yeah, exactly,
not only the time but also the energy, dude. Because you could take away all the time that it wants. I'll still find time to do things, but if I don't have the energy to do the podcast consistently, or if I don't have the energy to do the stand-up, then moving out is most definitely the wrong decision to do. That's how I feel.
There's like a lot of stigma to that, right? Like moving out when you're very young. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's just a cultural thing, right? Because like here in Brazil, like a lot of people usually move out when they get married. And, when people get married varies on, situations, right? Like on their age or whatever. Like a lot of people get married around the time they're 30 here. And then that's when they move out. But within the time that they're not married, they all like everybody lives together. It's very like Brazil. I find like a lot of the people who come from like Latin American backgrounds and Hispanics, right, are very like family oriented, right?
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of talk of like moving out or whatever. It's always usually about sticking together.
It's very different
Like,
than
you
over
only
here.
Yeah, like
And
people
Francesco
in
says
America,
the same
people-
thing. Sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt you. There's also like a lag thing, so I can't tell when you're finished talking sometimes. But
All right.
Francesco was telling me the same thing too about Italy, and his family in Italy, and there's not really a lot of talk about moving out. Like you said, it's not really something that happens until people get married, and it's just so different over here. It's just not what modern society in the United States teaches us, you know?
It's an American thing,
Yeah.
Frankie. And it's funny because like most of the people I know anywhere are living at home with like family.
Yeah,
Kind
most
of
of the
like-
people that I
I'd
know
imagine-
too are.
I'd imagine it kind of sucks to live alone, but at the same time, you get that peace of mind when you're not like cluttered with, other people's thoughts.
Yeah, but there's something to
vibes.
say too about having a sense of community and
Oh,
just
yeah,
being
absolutely.
one person in a family, and that's something that I didn't get when I was down in Florida. You know, it was just me in my apartment the whole time for like 9 months until I got a roommate, and then he broke my shower. But that's something else.
Right, that
was-
dude.
Yeah, man, that was by myself. By the way, I didn't really get lonely. I'm pretty content with being by myself. I didn't really get so depressed or anything. But there was, I'm 100% more happy and satisfied with who I am and the things that I'm doing right now than I was when I was living by myself, just because I'm actually doing things that I love. And it wasn't until a month before I moved out from my apartment that I started Dancing Eyes. And I only did one episode when I was in Florida. So yeah, I don't know, man. My perspective on moving out has started to change ever since I started doing this podcast consistently, and ever since I started performing stand-up. So that's kind of where I'm at. So am I moving down? No, I don't really think so. I think I'm probably just going to be up here, and I'll come down to visit once in a while. I think that I'm actually going to be down there twice in July because I have to be down there. I'm going to be down there for Ty's birthday and my birthday in early July, but I think I'm also going to be coming down late July because Jake's graduating from his program.
Jake's graduating? Oh wow, that was quick.
Yeah, Jake's graduating, and he wants me to pin him to put the pin on his shirt. I don't know how
That's
to.
sweet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come down for that. So I'll be down there twice really next month.
Well, I'll try to be back down mid-July, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like Frankie, I've been thinking about going to Argentina.
And doing
Like
what?
before I come back. Like there's this place in Argentina that borders Brazil, right? It's called like Iguazu Falls. It's kind of like Niagara Falls, right? But
Okay.
on a larger scale. And like remember I told you how I wanted to go to I wanted to see something I'd never seen before, right? This year. I wanted to go somewhere that I'd never been to.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been thinking of going back. I've been thinking of going down there before coming back. Before like my flight back. Just to check it out, just to
How
see
far away is
something,
it from you?
just to see- It's like 12 hours away driving, like 4 hours by flight, like 3-4 hours by flight.
Would you fly or would you drive?
Oh my, I don't know. It depends on, just depends. I don't really mind doing both.
I would
just
do it,
gotta,
bro.
like, check it.
I
You would?
I would do it if I were you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've got nothing to lose, Frankie. I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna check it out.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's good. I think that's the right move. I'm always a proponent of going out and going somewhere, doing something, and experiencing life for a little bit. That's why I'm so happy that my friend Elijah, who I'm gonna have later on today, is in Colombia right now, because he's 19. He's either 19 or 20. He's young, and he's in a hostel for the next 2 to 3 weeks in a different country, which I just think is so sick.
Is he solo traveling?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I know. Remember, I was going to do that. That's one of the regrets that I have, is not doing that. I wish that I let a couple people convince me that it was a bad idea, and then I didn't do it. I kind of regret not doing it. I'm jealous of this kid a little bit and going down there and being in the hostel, but I'm also not. I don't regret it too much because I'm pretty content with where I'm at right now, and I'm happy with what I've been building recently. So I don't think that I would have been where I am now if I went to Colombia or South America, which is where I was going to go. But I still think that there's something to be said about leaving your comfort zone and experiencing life in a different culture and meeting all these people from around the world. So this kid Elijah is learning Spanish, and he's been learning Spanish for a while now. So right now he's staying in a hostel where they teach Spanish, and you're only supposed to speak Spanish over there to get your Spanish game going. Yeah.
I got my Spanish game going at work because like a lot of our customers were when I was working back over there, a lot of my customers were Spanish, so I'd speak to them in Spanish because there was no other choice sometimes.
Oh my God, yeah,
Right.
dude. That's
So I learned.
yeah.
So like I learned a lot from just like BS. I've learned a lot of bullshitting my way through Spanish by like mixing Portuguese and the Spanish together in like this Frankenstein language. but I think it works out because people like I can hold a conversation with people in Spanish.
Good. Yeah. I can't do that. I fuck up, man. Like if I was at Publix, somebody would come up to me and start speaking Spanish, and he was trying to speak English. This was a few weeks ago. He was trying to speak English, and couldn't really do it. He was pointing at the donuts, and I just said cuánto, how many, and he said
Cuánto,
he said cuatro. I said, oh, okay. So I went to go grab him the donuts, and then he started like trying to have a conversation with me in Spanish. I was like, oh no, that's no hablo, no.
That's like way above my pay grade, man. No,
Yeah.
no, thank you. How do you say no thank you? Well, no, I'm not.
No
Por
gracias.
favor. No.
No,
Por favor,
no, señor.
No, señor, por favor, no.
No hablo.
No hablo, no
Oh,
hablo.
hablo muy poquito, muy poquito.
See, you're not bad, Frankie. You know a couple phrases.
That's Duolingo for you, baby. That's all I know.
Duolingo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other night, right? Like, people try to learn languages, right, all the time. But, like, I've never had to learn Portuguese or English. I just grew up speaking it, right? It's weird, like, and it's like two languages, like, at once. And I always thought that was really interesting, because how does somebody get to the point when they grow up where they absorb, like, the knowledge of, like, languages, right?
I guess if you're engulfed
people-
in it your whole life, then, it's easier. I think your brain is also more susceptible to learning patterns when you're a lot younger. I experienced that a little bit. I was, what's it called?
You were fluent, right?
I was fluent in
in
Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until I was maybe 10, I was fluent. Like I had a fucking accent and everything. So, yeah, man.
All right.
And then my parents fired my babysitter, and that was it. That was the end of that.
Should have gone back after her.
I know. Yeah, I wish I knew how to speak Spanish still, but that's cool that you can speak two languages. I think that invites more opportunities to you because you know two different languages.
Yeah, but I wish I knew Spanish better because I know there are different dialects, but there are a lot of similarities between the different like dialects in Spanish. But a lot of people around the world speak Spanish, right? And there is only like two places in the world where they speak Portuguese, as far as I know, right? Which is Brazil and Portugal, even though they're two dialects. So I wish I knew a language that a lot of people spoke around the world, right? Like English or like maybe a Cantonese, or is it Mandarin? It's one of those.
It's
two.
Mandarin.
It's Mandarin, right?
Yeah.
A lot like that's like the second most spoken language in the world, or third.
I can count to 10 in Mandarin.
Really?
I could count to 10, and I can say I like hamburgers. I can say hello, goodbye.
I like hamburger. What if you go to a place where they only speak Mandarin, and all you can say is I like hamburgers in Mandarin.
Honestly, man, like I went to China. And I asked for a hamburger at a restaurant, and they didn't know what the fuck I was saying. So I did what I was taught in school. So a hamburger in Chinese is hanbao. It's hanbao.
Hanbao, please.
Hanbao.
Hanbao, please.
So
they're just looking at you like, what's this kid's problem?
I think so. Xie xie is thank you, and bakutsi is you're welcome. How do you say please? I don't remember. I don't know. I went to a place. I said hanbao, and they didn't know what the fuck I was saying. And yeah. So it didn't work out too well. I took Chinese for 3 years, man. I learned barely anything. I could count to 10. I can say wuxi huan hanbao, which is I like hamburgers. That's it. So
nice. Well, at least you got that one phrase out of those 3 years, Frankie.
Yeah, I could say, like, sometimes when I go to a Chinese restaurant, I'll say xie xie. I'll say thank you. And then
you ever get, like,
afraid
if you... Oh, really? Like, I'm kind of, like, afraid to do that. Like, what if I, like, offend the person, Like, Like, what if I butcher it like beyond belief, and they're just like, haha, yeah. But
Stupid
secretly they're just
American.
like, I hate this kid, man. I hate he's trying to be cultural. What a fool.
I think that's like my general existence is me saying things to people, and then when they go away, they're like, "Fuck that kid." Stupid person. That's how I
You
feel.
can't think like that, but I feel the same way sometimes too.
Yeah. I mean, definitely don't start talking Chinese at a Japanese restaurant. I don't think they would appreciate that. So just refrain from doing that, and then you should be
Right.
kind of okay.
Oh, but come on, Frankie. Oh, there's only one Asian language, right? It's
Clipping
Chinese.
that. Oh yeah,
That's right.
that's going on TikTok with the link to your YouTube channel.
Oh my God, you're exposing me, man. You're exposing way too much.
There's only one type of Asian, and that's Chinese. Says Vita Music. I want everybody to hear that.
Right. Right. And then I say something in Japanese.
Fuck. How do you, what is Japanese? How do you say it?
Ohayo gozaimasu is like thank you
That's too long.
or hello.
That's too long.
Ohayo gozaimasu, Frankie. I'm trying not to like do the accent as well.
You just did it. You already did it. It's all going in the
No.
same clip. You said, unfortunately for you, you just said it all within a 1 minute span, so that's just long enough for
Oops.
me to end your
Alright.
career.
Well, oh well. It was a good while it lasted for the 4 months that I've
Yeah,
been doing that.
yeah. Gotta nip the career in the bud, before
Right.
it gets too big.
Exposed.
Yeah.
You're the new Keemstar. Congrats.
Don't you think it's crazy that like with all the racist things and all the controversial things that Filthy Frank has said, whether it's Filthy Frank or Pink Guy or any of his videos, don't you think it's kind of neat how he reinvented himself and has a career as a musical artist? That's awesome.
He was like, even when he was doing like the Filthy Frank stuff, he still like he released an album, right? Like the Pink as Pink
Pink
Guy,
Season.
right? And it was really good.
Yeah,
It
but
was
it's
like
also
unironically really good.
yeah, but I agree. I have it saved on my phone, and there are absolute bangers on there. But it is also one of the most offensive pieces of art that I've ever listened to in my whole life. I mean, it
You need to
is
listen to more
brutal.
offensive pieces of art.
Well, I do like 100 gecs, but that's something else.
Right.
The Pink Season's offensive. I mean, I don't get offended from it, but there is some shit on there that there's no way that people are just
Yeah,
okay
like-
with.
Yeah, I mean, some people are just. I mean, he built his persona around being offensive, right? And people just expect it from him. He's like, "Oh, it's Filthy Frank," you know. Well,
Yeah.
Like, what? You already know what you're getting into, right? So people know what they can expect from him. But I guess if you're like a person who's built their career based upon like a certain persona that's like not offensive or whatever, and who doesn't stray into that kind of stuff, and you say one wrong thing, and people are going to notice. And people are
Right.
going to be like, "Oh, you're not who you say you are. You're like a faker."
That's what they
So-
tried canceling Joji because a bunch of teenage white girls heard that Joji was Filthy Frank.
Filthy Frank.
They're like, you guys are gonna be shocked when you find out what this guy did 5 to 10 years ago. And the whole internet was like, yeah, Joji is Filthy Frank. We know. He was one of the
like,
biggest
it's
YouTubers on the
it's
whole
big
platform.
news.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, his channels have tens of millions of subscribers. He was one of the biggest channels on the whole platform. We fucking know who Joji was. You're not discovering anything here.
Right. They're just youngings, man. They're just younglings, you know. They have no right to speak up.
Yeah.
They're children. Yeah.
What a legend, dude. His music is so good. I really enjoy it. But
And not just like his music, but his comedy is really. It's
All
his
of
own.
it.
It's his own thing. Right? It's his own thing, and he was doing it all in his little like studio apartment.
yeah,
And he made it work.
he's a very influential person in modern culture. I think more than people would. I think it'd be surprising to find out how influential Joji or Filthy Frank was. He must have given inspiration to a bunch of YouTube channels, a bunch of musical artists. Just he's good at what he does. He was really good at the videos. He was really funny. He's really good at the music. Even like Pink Season was still really fucking good, even though it was a
I don't
joke.
think he would. I don't think he ever would have done that if it didn't come naturally, though. Like that's just something that he did that he was good at, that he just so happened to be good at. Because even like ever, if you look back at his really early videos, they still like really hold up. Maybe
Yeah,
even more so like in the older, like than the newer stuff when he was doing it.
they aged really well.
They did, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's.
mean, some people may disagree, but I thought it was really funny.
I think so too. There's something to be said about finding what you're really good at, and then sticking to it, and then doing what he did with it. Like, what do you think is the level of luck there? Do you think when you find something that you're really good at a young age, is that luck, or because I feel like a lot of people have to kind of go through a lot of different. If you're really searching for what you're good at, I feel like some people either have to go through a lot of different things and fail a bunch of times and to finally figure out what they like or what they're good at, and some people just find it at a young age and it just clicks with them.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely luck.
Yeah.
I know, like there's got to be like a lot. I feel really bad when I think about that. There's probably a lot of people out there who never really find that, who just kind of trudge through life doing what they were, told to do at a young age, and never like leaving their comfort zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's really depressing. Like thinking about that. That's like what motivates me to do what I'm doing right now with like the music and just trying new shit.
Yeah.
Like I just don't want to live with any. I just don't want to live with any regrets of something that I didn't do that I know I could do. So that's why that's why I do the music. That's why I try new things. That's why I want to go new places.
That's good. A lot of people don't have that mindset, unfortunately, and then I feel like that could lead to a really unfulfilled / depressing life, to not be who you could possibly be. You know?
So, well, some people make it work. Like I bet like there are people out there who are probably who probably don't have this mindset. Like a lot, most people, I guess. But a lot of people just make it work. A lot of people are just satisfied with their lives if they have like a certain thing, right? If they have like a family or whatever, or if they're at a certain point of life where they were better than they were yesterday, then I'd say you're doing fine. No matter what kind of mindset you are. But I figure people should still be able to do things that they really want to do, that they know that they can do.
Yeah, I think
Even if you
so.
fail, even if you fail.
If you fail and then you say that you did 100% and you tried your hardest, then I don't think that the feeling of failure would be as bad as the feeling of failing when you know that you could have done better.
Here's the thing, you only fail if you give up for good. Like you can start something and you can fail. Well, fail in the sense that you do it for like a month or two and you just stop.
Yeah.
But if you pick it back up, you never really failed, right? You only fail if you give up for good.
I guess it also depends what your intentions are, what your goals are. Because if your goal is to make a certain amount of money by doing something, and then you never ever make it, then I guess that's a fail. If that's what your intention was. So I guess it's also important to determine what your intentions, your goal is when you start something.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like what your criteria for like succeeding is too.
Yeah. What's
Like,
your
let's
criteria?
say, like you want. What's my criteria?
Yeah.
In terms of what, like the music stuff?
Yeah.
Well, I would like to upload as much as I can whenever I can, and it's not something that I'm just going to stop because I like it, I enjoy it. But if I could say where I would be in like 5 years, I would hope to at least be at like 10K or something along the lines of that, like 50K.
You're hilarious.
I don't know, man.
Okay, first of all, that
Yeah,
range is
whatever.
really wide. I feel like you have to be more specific with what you want, because 10K to 50K is a wide ass range. I think you can get to 10K this fucking year. Seriously. You
I
don't
don't know,
believe
man.
me.
Let's
I don't
see.
know.
I'm gonna keep going.
But you have to
I've
set
got
it
like
as
a
an
lot of
intention.
ideas.
You have to have it as your goal. Like you have to be somewhat ambitious here. I feel like your the possibility of you hitting 10K versus you not hitting 10K is your motivation behind what you want to hit. So if you tell yourself, I want to hit 10K by the end of the year, or if you tell yourself, we'll see, I'll just post and whatever I hit is whatever I hit. I think if you say the first one, your likelihood of hitting the 10K is a lot higher.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like
I'm
a
very
shotgun
passive.
versus like a sniper, dude. I feel like you want to be the sniper. Like you want to get to that 10K. Or if you're a shotgun, you're just saying, oh, it'll go wherever wherever it hits, it'll hit.
Yeah, I'm like really passive with it, because of school and all this other shit that I'm doing as well. But like the music thing is like it's what I really enjoy. Like it's one of the things that like I really enjoy compared to everything else.
So consider yourself lucky, right? Consider yourself lucky.
Huh?
Like consider yourself lucky. Like how we were talking about earlier, how people who find what they want are lucky, and we kind of feel bad for the people who never actualize what they want or what they like. So you know what you like, and you get something out of it. So my idea would be, dude, like fucking zone in on it. Snipe that shit. Hit that 10K by the end of the year. Yeah, bro. How many? I don't know the math behind it, but let's say you do 4 videos a week. 4 videos a month. Plus
4 videos a week.
There's another 6 months of the year, right? 6, 12, 18, 24. It's 24 videos until that's 24 videos until 2023, and you're already at 10,000 views. You're at 10,000 views with a combination. What do you have? 3 videos?
I have 4 videos.
You have 10,000 views. You have more than 10,000 views then with 4 videos. Bro, how many views are you? Let's say you continue on pace, right? And you post another 24 videos throughout the year, and you only have 4 videos. You have 10,000 views. Fuck out of here. You're gonna easily have 10,000 subscribers. Fuck out of here.
I just want to focus on making like every time I go into one of these videos, I try to put like the best I can to do like the best of. I try to do the best I can with what I have. Like sometimes I feel like that's the thing, man. I compare myself to others a lot, like in my niche, right? I'm nowhere near as good as those guys, but for what I do, like compared to yesterday or the week before, the month before my first video, personally, I'd say like I've improved a lot in terms of like balancing, mixing, layering, all that stuff that goes into like making orchestral tracks and stuff like that. I put in a lot of time to learn it as well, but a lot of it too is also experimenting and seeing what sounds good to me. Because I think I live by like this philosophy of making music. If it sounds good to me, it's probably good. Like if it sounds good to me, I'm okay with it.
I think that's a good mindset.
But it has to actually, but I have to like, what?
I think that's a good mindset.
Yeah, but I have to be authentic with it, I have to be authentic with my my personal opinion of whether it sounds good or not. Like if I think it sounds good, then it'll probably be good.
Yeah, well, it's you're a human and I'm a human, so if you think that something sounds good, it's very unlikely that other people wouldn't think that it sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
That's how I feel about the comedy. If I'm writing something that makes me laugh, it's unlikely that other people will not laugh either, especially if they have a similar sense of humor to me. But there's something to be said about what you said about comparing yourself to measuring your gain and not the what is it? I was just comparing yourself to who you were and not to where other people are. I think that's huge.
People, yeah. I still do that a lot though. Like, I still compare myself to where other people in my niche are. And I look back at their channel and where they were like when they first started, and I'm like, oh man, they were always good. And I like wonder, oh man, what would it take for me to get to where they are? But what that ends up doing is that ends up like really messing with like my workflow in my head. And I try to figure out, oh, what would this person do and if they were like composing this or whatever, or arranging a track in a way that would sound good. And I lose focus, right? I lose focus of what I make, and that really messes with me. So I try
It's tough to make art when your ego gets involved.
Yeah.
Art's kind of egoless, and it's supposed to flow out of you. And the second you start thinking about other people, it kind of stops flowing out of you. And then now you're thinking about the other people. Or now you're using your brain instead of the muse, is what I would say. because the muse doesn't
Right.
go through the brain. I think the muse is, according to Stephen Pressfield with the War of Art, I think that the muse
Art.
is outside of your brain. I think it's a lot deeper than that. And the second you start using your brain, then you're not really allowing the muse to flow.
So would you say it's like like an external force or intrinsic?
I don't know.
Some people say that their muse is a person or whatever, or a place, or it comes from a specific
can
place.
be.
But some people are just like, oh, you know, it's just natural. So what do you think?
I think
Where
it has
does
the
come from?
I think it has the potential to be both. I don't think one is the right answer. I don't think that. I think essentially the muse is from what you would call like a god or a higher power or a higher being, a higher consciousness, something that we can't even explain, something that we can't totally understand because of our little peanut human brains. But I think I think even trying to label it would be really difficult, and just I think the best thing that we can do is just acknowledge that there is something higher than us and something that's feeding us the art that we are translating. Like essentially what the muse is, I think it's like a higher power giving us something to translate to the other humans. So I don't think that we actually create anything. Like when you make something, when I create something, where are the ideas coming from? We're not making the
It's like
fucking ideas.
it's like being whispered into your ear,
Yeah.
and it comes. Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's how I think of it. So whatever you know that looks like to you, that's what it looks like. I think it could come in the form of another human being, but I think it also could come to you when you're sitting in your room, you know, just focused on writing, and certain ideas just come to your head, and I think it also comes in that form too. So that's what I think about it. But it is 1:51, so we're gonna end this here.
Oh yeah, yeah. I gotta go, man.
I gotta let you go. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah, man. Always, it's my pleasure.
All right, always. That means I'm gonna have you on 5 days a
Oh
week.
man. Right.
All right, man.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, this was fun.
was.
I enjoy these. But all right, I'll go let you do your thing. Thanks for coming on, bro. Thank you.
Try not to expose me any more than you already have.
Oh no, it's gonna be bad. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
be it's
I'm
gonna be
sure it
bad.
will.
Career's over. It's done.
Ah, man, I gotta stop.
Yeah, you gotta stop coming on here.
You ruined me, man. It's over.
Marshmallow Man.
Mm.
Yeah.
Green M&M's not gonna be happy about this.
No.
But all right, man.
Yeah. All right. Later.
Peace.